Hello, my name is Muhammad Rifqi Ramadhan. I will tell you about my examination. The examination is pronoun practice. Okay, I will read the text. Transcript for how false information spreads. Hi everyone, on today text time podcast we are lucky to have Sam Wogan, a well-known digital journalist, with us. So Sam, what interesting topic would you like to talk about today? Journalist, hey Brad. Today I'd like to talk about some of the reason why we shouldn't automatically believe everything we read online and how false information spreads so easily. We believe everything we read online and how one of the reason for this is phenomenon known as circular reporting. Presenter, circular reporting, what's that? Well, it's basically reports which are based on other export rather on the primary evidence of source. To reader, it looks like the information is coming from several different independent sources. To the reader, it looks the information is coming from several different independent sources, which normally means it can be trusted, but in actual fact, all the reports are based on each other. Imagine a piece of false information is published, for example on Wikipedia, and then referenced in a newspaper article or other publication. Then in turn the original Wikipedia entry reference of quotes the article as validation that the information is true. In a nutshell, it's the confirmation of false information by more than one publication. Okay, I have understood this correctly. So someone writes an article on Wikipedia which contains some false information. That's right. False information which not referenced or checked and in no way is obvious as being false. Okay, and then this false information is copied from Wikipedia by a journalist and included in newspaper article. Yes, or other type of article as if we are true information. And then Wikipedia reference and the newspaper article, which verified information in the original Wikipedia article as a being. That's right, and sometimes it's not just one newspaper article that cites and the false information several publications might include, and so becomes very difficult to prove that the original information is false. But which was in fact into a type of Brazilian raccoon called on Coty. When the boy got home after his holiday, he went online and changed in the Wikipedia entry by adding the name Brazilian artwork to the information on the article, a sort of a joke. And then he forgot about it and talks nothing more of it. However, what started to happen was that articles and blogs began to quote the information from Wikipedia, and then those articles were reported as evidence in Wikipedia. Before long, everyone was talking about the Brazilian artwork as it were factual information. So when information makes its way from a Wikipedia page into a published article, the article could be spreading false information without realizing it. Exactly. It makes you wonder how many hoaxes initiated by people in this way have ended up as truth in many people's minds just because people copy and paste vandalized Wikipedia page. That's not to say that information on Wikipedia it's false by any means. There's a ton really valid information there are in is constantly being updated. Many people consider it to be most updated and unbiased encyclopedia in the world. However, it is the open structure of Wikipedia compared a traditional encyclopedia makes it target to a temperate weight. So we just have to be aware that the may certain amount in source of Wikipedia. Yes, and I will also mentioning that circular reporting is not just restricted to Hammer's information like the Brazilian advert, isn't it? No. For example, some time ago claims that certain vaccines could cause autism in children were impressive medical publication by a British surgeon. The problem was that unsupported claims were picked up by the media and the news spread like wildfire. Soon enough, the general public were understandably children. Consequently, in recent years, we have seen an increase the number of proven unfounded. The damage was done, and even to this day, some people still believe that there is a link between fashionness and autism. It just goes to show how difficult it is sometimes for the truth to be heard. Absolutely. So, in practical terms, how can we be sure that what we are reading is true? Well, we can take certain steps such as checking the original source of the information if at all possible. Checking the original source is reliable and not just taken from either Wikipedia, Facebook, or the media, right? So we need to be a little more critical and just believe everything we are online. That's right, a tough is enough because we want information quickly and immediately. So it's not always viable to spend time checking the source of information. Even though we should certainly try to reflect on the information and decide ourselves if we think it's true or not. If you feel unsure about the validity of certain information, then there's no harm in looking into further to check how true actually is. That's very true. We taking things at face value and don't really take the time to think critically about them. Okay, maybe enough from me. Thanks.